Selamat kembali ke episod baru Aku Story Bro.
Melayu,
of course lah. Hari ni episod special.
Right.
Hari ni aku ada special guest yang sangat special. Dari dulu time saya kecil-kecil saya tengok dia main hujan tau. Dia main hujan kat luar rumah. Lepas tu sekarang saya duduk kat sebelah dia buat interview So aku nervous sikit lah.
Cakap English je.
Janganlah macam tu. Aku teruk sangat ke?
Nanti aku distract.
Tak lah.
You English nanti aku jawab.
Kalau aku salah kan, you
Jangan.
betulkan je.
Nanti dia bawa interview ni jadi main-main. So aku
Tak
kena
lah.
answer the right. You go full on.
Yang interviewer yang bagus kan kena fasih dalam bahasa yang
Jangan.
berbagai jenis. Cina ke, English ke, Melayu ke, apa-apa je. Bro, kena belajar lah.
Okay.
Satu Malaysia mah.
Silakan.
Okay. So hari ni aku ada Noh Saleh. Dia frontman Hujan. Singer-songwriter Noh Saleh. Owner Hikari Riders. Side project ada apa lagi? Side hustle semua tu?
Tak ada kot.
Ada.
Business ayam entrepreneur.
Ayam entrepreneur. So how you? Okay ke semua?
So far alhamdulillah.
Okay lah. Business bagus lah kat sini.
Alhamdulillah, Hikari lancar. I don't know, maybe orang suka shopping online. Because aku ingat dunia PKP orang tak shopping. Tapi kita release je, jalan laju kan. So
Kan?
so
Aku nak
I
beli
think-
t-shirt pun tak ada.
You lambat lah.
Aku pun tak tahu tempat you dekat gila rumah I.
Where's your house?
The Holmes, dekat sana je. Dekat HUKM. Dekat football stadium sana je.
Oh,
Dekat atas sini je. Dekat gila.
Dekat,
So saya tengok address card. Hikari Riders HQ, Permaisuri. Alamak. Saya tengok waste 4 minit sama. Dekat je.
So naik basikal lah.
Aku akan naik motor, aku nak naik skuter tapi kena bawa barang semua ni lah.
Yeah.
Tak boleh naik lah. Kalau tak aku kena naik dah.
Effort guys. Kalau interview, siapa yang tak tahu behind the scene program ni kan, dia banyak equipment lah, kesian lah. So
Itulah.
it's a portable.
Not really portable also lah. Dia
Why? Apa?
tadi saya kena bawa semua kan. Tak cukup tangan susah.
Betul ke?
Kena bawa light stand semua ni.
All out,
Tripod.
man.
Tapi effort lah. Kena effort sikit lah sama superstar sini Confirm kena effort. Okay, so before kami start kan interview ni, aku nak tanya Abang Noh dulu. So aku nampak Instagram kau kan, you banyak promote the cause of the Syria problem lah.
Okay.
So masalah ni saya rasa ini penting untuk semua orang yang tak faham sangat lah kan tentang masalah ni. So since you advocate ni banyak kan.
Alright.
So mungkin you boleh explain sikit what is the main problem yang Syria tengah face lah as of now lah. Dia punya political crisis semua tu, yang war tu, yang
So far yang aku faham, yang there's this one guy, a refugee, Syrian refugee ni explain kat aku. Okay, I keep because this guy, okay, cerita dia macam ni. So far yang aku faham, yang aku clear di-explain oleh orang Syria tu, bila in this van, this one of the refugee, dia sukarelawan juga. So volunteer yang tolong bawa kita orang di Turki around. So he's a refugee, he's a Syrian. So dalam van going somewhere, aku tak ingat, aku nampak bekas, there's like a gun shot wound tu lah. So somebody pernah cakap, oh that guy dia pernah kena tembak tu. So that time dia pun dalam van, dia pegang dinding lah, dia macam, aku lupa nama dia, tapi dia memang lawak. Dia seorang lelaki yang memang lawak-lawak macam kita lah. So aku macam try lah, bro, tangan tu memang kena tembak ke? Oh yes, I got shot here, there's another one here. So then aku macam, what actually happened to your country? Nanti aku nak masuk, bila aku dah balik Malaysia nanti, aku nak minta tolong lagi orang ni. Tapi can you simplify the story? So dia macam, okay, now kita nak, the rakyat dah been bullied since the 30s ke tu aku rasa.
lama dah lah kan.
So, so orang dah revolt lah, orang macam tak lah handle lah. So because this government used to treat rakyat dia macam running a business and a mafia punya organisation. And these people really famous being really violent gitu lah. So bila the whole country turn against them, they used to killing people, so they kill the whole country lah. Yang tu
Tapi crazy the whole bombing semua tu.
And when Israel pun try nak ambil piece of land, then US pun, then Russia pun try nak
itulah.
involve. So there's like complicated lah. It's like
Apa yang dia nak actually? Dia nak petrol ke?
Tak ada pun. Aku
Dia nak colonize, dia buat apa pun kan? Like
it's just macam mana? Ada isu dengan Syiah Sunni ke? Ada isu tanah ke? Yang tanah tu macam aku
Israel
macam,
itu memang Israel yang dia memang nak claim kan.
So when I ask siapa lagi yang serang korang? Kalau government cakap kalau government attack, let's say Putrajaya nak attack Ceras tu kan, government kan. Okay, kita nak ambil Ceras. But people in Ceras terlalu terror, fight gak? Dia fight back, tapi tak dapat. You know what? We're gonna call up Israel and
Tolong
can
lah.
I borrow you ISIS Kejap I call ISIS datang. So when ISIS took over, dia dah pass kat government yang tu lah. So it's tapi dia buat as if tak nampak.
Itulah, betul tak nampak. News
Yes,
pun tak cakap
yes.
banyak.
They
So
really
honestly, kalau you tak
Yeah.
post, aku tahu je
Yeah.
pasal isu yang Syria memang kena attack kau lah. Tapi aku tak tahu macam awareness dia tak banyak kan. You tak tengok news pun cakap banyak pasal hal ni juga kan.
Because aku rasa Malaysia orang yang susah kat Malaysia, kita ada government and NGO yang banyak tolong lah. So everyone already got the assign. Okay, engkau I give you inspiration and this guts and energy untuk tolong orang di Sabah. Let's say contoh the what yang Sampurna punya
Itu,
stateless whatever.
okay.
Some people passionate through that because they found dia punya calling kan. Macam kita orang, aku dah buat homeless, okay, aku dah buat and aku rasa Syria punya crisis like chronic ah. Dia orang like really left for that and dia orang refugee kan.
Yep.
So nobody there to reach out to them.
Itulah.
Pergi sana kan. So aku rasa ramai orang yang macam argue macam why do you have to feed those people? Padahal in KL ramai je orang susah. Aku macam
It's a different situation lah. At least when you are sleeping on the street kan,
Yes.
you tak payah risau bom jatuh tau.
Yes.
You boleh duduk je lah kan, you tidur kat tepi
Yeah,
jalan.
you
You
faham,
okay
then-
je.
then you understand
At
lah.
least you
Okay
need to worry about kena langgar
True.
kereta je. Yang ni you kena tidur pun, you ada rumah pun.
Ada soup kitchen every
Exactly.
Monday to Friday bagi makan.
Oh dia soup kitchen pun tiada bro.
Yes,
Ada pun
tak ada.
sikit lah.
Yeah.
Kan makanan pun kurang.
Itu lah.
safety pun
That's why
kurang.
kalau tengok adab orang Malaysia ni makin lama makin sombong kan. Aku
Kan?
takut if one day Tuhan susun, you know what?
If this kind of thing happen
let
to us.
put Indonesia turn against Malaysia, Singapore attack. Mampus kita
Kan?
siapa nak tolong.
That's why. That's the thing lah. Itu yang saya rasa as Malaysian, aku rasa country kami kan memang steady
Country
lah.
kami,
Steady
Country kita.
Country kita steady. Bukan kami. Kita. Itulah dia betulkan bahasa Malaysia aku. So memanglah country compare dengan country lain kan.
Yeah.
Memang chill gila lah country kami.
True.
Kita tak pernah pun
Sampai ada time nak gaduh pasal Premier League or whatever.
itu je lah.
So
Adalah, kadang-kadang besi semua ni government biar barang ada lah, tapi
Betul.
pun tak ekstrim sampai you tak boleh tidur tau.
True.
So I think we all should be educated in these kind of issues lah. So as to compare our country dengan country lain, you can see the contrast between what a third world country is and a country that is going through like
Betul.
war lah kan.
And the point aku buat pun supaya all these kids that look up to me macam lagi rasa bersyukur lah.
Itu yang aku respect sama kau tau. So yang aku a lot of influencer ke celebrity kan, dia tak banyak sangat cakap tentang hal current issues lah yang betul-betul penting lah. Instead of you promote face product kan, what you should be educating is memang things that school pun tak educate ni tau. So yang ni you, kalau you baca news ke you tahu, kalau you tak tahu lah. So tak ada orang di sekolah pun ajar, uni pun ajar.
Even news pun dia orang just
Filter lah.
the surface and you didn't even know the story yang kat news
Kan?
tu real.
Dia cakap je Israel kena bom. Itu je lah. Lepas tu update pun you tak tahu pasal apa. So like
That's why kalau I on a mission, let's say kan kita pergi 3 kali setahun pergi. So Ramadan, Korban and Winter. So every time mission pergi, my story punya tu kecil because
banyak lah.
I know I'm bringing this money to help people in Syria or Lebanon or Turkey whatever. It's not my money, it's people orang Malaysia ni orang
donate lah.
So it's my duty to like clear off guys, ni
So
yang
show
kita
that
bagi,
you are doing something, what you're doing
ni
lah.
duit korang ni. Kapet dah sampai kat sekolah. Okay, this winter punya heater dah sampai sekolah. Thank you so much. This is your money. So it's my responsibility untuk macam make people who help me feel good and Itu lah.
Yeah, but that's good man, that's good. Aku tak follow you kan, aku tak tahu pasal tenang semua ni.
Now Jam pun suka post.
Jam pun ada share semua tu, which is good lah, which I feel like is important lah, because kalau you ada influence towards people kan, might as well just use that influence to do good things lah. So yang ni aku rasa this is what a lot of people lack ah.
Because we are not gonna live forever.
Yeah man, that's true.
Aku tak nak in the end aku just mati meninggalkan social media yang just for me the whole time lah.
Bila aku sudah tiada.
Kan. Wah. Itulah, it's a takdir kan, fate yang Tuhan dah macam you know what, you gonna write this song in this year and you gonna realize something for future. Macam tu lah.
Tapi masa first time aku dengar lagu tu kan, feel gila weh. Aku pun rasa hujan nak caw ke? Asal dia tulis lagu macam ni weh. Saya ingat pun hujan nak tutup kedai ke? Masa tu aku macam umur 17 ke 18.
Kedai lagi.
Asal lagu ni sedih gila weh. Tapi feel gila lah.
That time you in?
Aku college je. Mungkin just masuk. Masa itu baru pindah sini je. Baru je pindah sini. Umur 17 lah. 2007 kot.
So kau bukan orang...
Aku orang Sabah. Tapi parents I bukan orang Sabah. So aku born sana.
Okay.
When they got married there lah. Lepas tu saya pun tak tahu tau, masa saya kecil kan, every year aku kena buat visa tau kalau aku nak stay di Sabah. Aku study kat sana.
You have to renew.
Kena renew every year weh. Aku pun tak perasan sampai aku pergi sini kan. Lepas tu aku balik, dia minta dia tanya saya, you nak balik berapa lama? Saya cakap 1 minggu lah. So ni sleep 60 hari ke 90 hari, you lepas ni kena balik. So pun pelancau weh, ni Malaysia kan. Asal pelik gila. Aku pun tak tahu, dari kecil kan ibu bapa saya pun beritahu lah. Dia cakap kena buat visa every year. Visa apa?
Because you guys been robbing us our oil.
Hey, I represent the East man. Aku di East, aku support East Malaysia punya. Aku tahu KL ni memang rompak petrol banyak itu standard lah. Tapi you rasa lah kalau tak rompak kan, sekarang East Malaysia you rasa develop tak? Macam Singapura
kan, aku rasa
kan. Sekarang pun dia macam halfway tanpa duit petrol semua tu kan. Kalau ada,
imagine if we
Singapore,
were
bro,
to hold the
kan?
money kan.
Singapore 2.0 bro. Sana pun Singapore Berapa lama tak balik dah?
Baru 11 bulan.
9 bulan.
11
bulan.
By next month 1 year. Itu pun mak aku yang remind, you know, if I don't see you by my birthday, it means that 1 year I don't see you. Imagine mak aku fikir benda tu kan. Simple je pun, dekat je pun Sarawak kan. Alah 1 year, tapi for a mother
to say that kan, actually makes you
man, she really thought about it.
Dia kira sekejap tu kena balik lah.
Aku terkejut sial. Wow. Dan itulah, if once lockdown ni dah ni, aku rasa aku gerak lah. Aku balik Sarawak dulu.
Itulah, aku pun lama tak balik Sabah Aku mungkin tahun lebih. Kawan-kawan lah, semua yang dari masa kecil lah semua tu. Tapi family saya semua pindah balik lah. Semua
kau dah semenanjung lah.
Dia memang semenanjung by blood. I see aku Sabah, tapi dia tiada Bumi Putra tu tau.
Oh yeah.
Because ibu bapa saya bukan dari sana. So one of them kena born dari sana, baru dia boleh dapat Bumi Putra East Malaysia.
Wow, aku tak tahu.
Tak logik weh. Aku lahir kat sana tau, kat kampung Keningau. Lepas tu I see aku Sabah, tapi kalau saya keluar balik, have that. Tulis nombor je 12, tapi dia punya
buat siapa tak tahu kan. Malaysia kita ni
pelik weh. Siapa you neighbor country, you masuk Singapore pun kan pun lagi senang saya rasa. You masuk bagi siapa susah gila, siapa pelik. Asal kena ambil IC aku, kena bagi slip semua ni pun pelik gila weh.
Kalau hilang slip tu
kena saman lah.
Macam
itulah. Slip dia kan kecil gila weh. Kertas ni je. Damn unfair weh. Dia purposely nak makan duit you ke. Tapi itulah reality Malaysia. Aku pun tak faham asal dia nak split macam tu.
Alah, macam law yang baru ni, yang exhaust ni. You know right?
Tahu.
So saman, kalau exhaust kau kuat, kau kena saman RM2,000 and masuk jail for 6 months.
Damn.
And you can and orang kontra that paper cut. Ni this guy yang let the dog gigit the baby sampai putus tangan tu. That guy got,
dia kena jail kena apa? Kena saman berapa 10 ke? 5 ke 10? Aku tak ingat.
So macam tak kena jail lah.
Tak kena jail.
Oh, so you can kill people but you cannot make your exhaust So Malaysia ni famous dengan law.
Malaysian biar law very dia memang
mencari diri sendiri.
Fokus dia lain sikit lah. Fokus dia pun untuk control.
Tapi aku fikir itu lah. Aku fikir the purpose of media kan is to distract people kan. So
It is
there,
lah. It
there
is
must be something yang media macam bahaya ni, orang dah pay attention kat kita ni. Try to distract them lah. Ada, there's one guy yang motorcyclist dalam office. Kau imagine. Muhammad, saya rasa kita buat pasal exhaust. Okay, let's do that. Macam tu lah.
Confirm lah, you pun tak tahu. Parlimen kami pun macam playground je pun tak faham. Macam gangster bro.
Betul.
Itulah pun tak tahu apa yang happen behind the scene pun kan. Susah nak tahu jugalah. Tapi tentang pasal Abang Noh. So Abang Noh ada lagu baru. Last year kan release album baru kan?
Is it?
Last year or last year?
I think last year.
Last year kan? Solo album.
Yes, and turned out to be a bad release.
Why
I don't know, man.
Aku suka lah. Why do you think it's bad release? Kami layan gila music you.
So because they want bisikan kan. Bisikan tu because aku release PKP so patutnya dapat buat show.
So tak ada push sangat lah.
Continuation of a release should be ada show, ada meet and greet, tapi macam
susah kan last year.
So it's a waste of money lah.
Tapi you tak boleh continue ke this year? Continue
dynamic dia. That's why playing music dengan industri ni ada timeline dia, you have to kejar.
You tak boleh stop kan. Tiba-tiba you stop, lepas tu dia tak.
Tapi itu lah, I don't care man.
Skip man. You got more music. You got more music. Ada lagi lagu banyak.
So far I dah macam selesa tak main music.
Sekarang
it's a dangerous thing, you know.
Why is it dangerous?
Yelah, if I were used to not making music over the years,
okay.
Let's say dah masuk next, kalau this year dah 2 years dah tak buat music kan. So I dah comfortable and I will be like, you know what, I don't need music.
Right. You ada hustle lain juga kan. So itu
pun lain So itu lah. Bahaya tak?
Bahaya juga. Betul. But as a musician kan, you enjoy lagi sama hujan atau you rasa solo you lagi shock? Which one do you prefer?
Hujan lah.
Why lah?
That chemistry, people,
member you semua sama kan? Tak tukar kan?
Tak faham. Sama. Orang tak faham chemistry main band. Kalau soloist macam mana? Aku je tapi macam tak cukup. The interaction mata macam pergi kat drama bila nak masuk ni, sometimes ada that parts yang tak perlu the original arrangement tak ada pun benda tu, tapi on stage
jam
bila
lah.
Bila mata tang tiba-tiba dia masuk, aku masuk, benda tu orang tak faham. Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's why kalau buat band, that chemistry tu memang God given.
Tapi lama gila weh semua you kan.
15
years lah.
16
Yes, damn.
Kau this year.
Berapa album tu? 3?
5 kan? 5 dah.
5 dah. Wah dah lama 15 tahun. Tapi good lah. I mean it's good that you guys are still together.
Fun lah.
Ada last kali jam bila? Sama band hujan.
Wish
2 tahun dah.
No lah, ada one time kita live IG ke apa. No, we have this live dekat Angkasa. So blok ni kat ujung ni studio AG. AG punya studio, there's a live space. So diorang selalu buat, kalau during MCO tu diorang suka buat apa?
Virtual show lah.
Like weekly performance whatever and tu kan. So I got selected untuk buat closing. So tiba-tiba macam the whole band ada, hujan AG, ada. Okay, kita buat surprise hujan perform. Itu kot. Aku tak. Ada lah a few. There's more. Ada lagi yang dekat Lazada.
Dia punya sale ke kan?
Yes, 12 11 ke apa? Adalah.
Beberapa bulan lepas adalah.
Taklah. Sangat. Tapi to be in the studio, fokus, show, buat lagu, itu langsung lah.
So kalau you rasa lah, kalau you tak buat music langsung kan, apa you akan buat? Let's say you jangan cakap Hikari semua ni lah. What is your true passion? Apa passion yang, let's say music tak ada lah. What would you do? Cikgu?
Tak boleh fikir.
Cikgu?
Aku sekolah bodoh.
Sama lah. Sekolah bodoh juga.
Aku belajar tak boleh. I cannot see myself without music man.
Betul.
How?
Okay then music is life lah. Music is your prison. Music penjara you.
Itu dia.
Okay interesting juga.
I hate to admit it, tapi macam itu ada. Tak boleh ke? Aku tak nak. How Nina can separate herself from entertainment. Aku nak jadi macam tu lah. You know, you are in control of yourself.
Okay. Because dulu dia aktif kan. Then after that dia just
gila-gila
stop.
weh,
After that dia just stop. So aku pun hairan. Then when I came to KL, I found out you married to her lah. So Brian bagi tahu, betul ke? Aku tak tahu
Out of all these hip hop boys and why indie rock.
So aku pun honestly kan, kalau aku tak kawan sama Brian, aku pun tak akan jumpa you. Confirm. Aku pun dulu aku punya lifestyle kan beza gila dari Brian semua tu kan. Aku tak layan streetwear langsung punya. Kasut semua ni aku tak layan. Masa aku join Brian kan, saya join as a writer je. Macam,
so what do you do before?
For this aku copywriter. Aku tulis untuk advertising semua ni lah. So lepas tu Brian nak start agency kan, dia tarik sama masuk. Lepas tu sekarang aku buat video lah. Beza gila kerja saya sekarang. Tapi okay lah, saya enjoy jugalah. Ada exposure ni kan, kena boleh kenal,
jumpa orang
semua ni.
Betul.
Dulu aku kosong kawan aku kat KL. Aku pindah ke sini kosong kawan aku. Lepas tu jumpa Brian, sekarang berlambak lah kawan semua ni. Banyak siapa. Okay lah, ada connection. Aku pun terkejut First time aku ingat dulu pergi crossover punya event, ada launch Kahat tu lah kan. Berapa tahun, 2 tahun.
How do you end up dengan Brian?
Kami met gaming dulu, saya sama Brian.
What gaming?
Battlefield. Kami main PS4 masa tu. Battlefield. Dia macam COD tapi yang
okay.
Ui, Mamat ni ekstrim gila weh. Aku pun tak kenal, dia terus panggil saya N-word. Saya pun
Macam mana ayat dia?
Dia terus sub. Dah pun aku diam-diam je weh. Aku pun tak kenal mah. Aku kenal Josh. Ada 4 orang lah. Saya, Brian, Josh sama satu Mamat lagi lah. Aku pun silent je. Josh belum masuk tau. So aku awkward lah semua. Malu gila lah aku ni. Macam Mamat ni. Then lepas tu dia cakap kami meet up next month lah. So next month pertama kali jumpa tau, face to face. So kami pergi Center Point dekat Damansara.
Takkan kau tak pernah jumpa tengok Facebook?
Pernah nampak sneaker lah masa tu. Aku pun tak tahu bro. Langsung message pun aku tak tahu bro. Langsung tak tahu semua ni. Kalau aku tak jumpa Josh, dia bagi tahu aku tak tahu lah. Kalau dia bagi tahu aku memang tak tahu. Aku langsung memang Sabah, lepas tu pergi UK, lepas tu aku balik. So memang tak ada exposure sangat sini lah. So pertama kali kan jumpa dia kat mana? Kat Center Point. Lepas tu Center Point Damansara.
Okay.
So kami pergi kedai Bak Kut Teh.
Okay.
So aku nampak Brian, senang nak recognize muka dia kan, botak besar kan. Dia ingat aku dah sampai tau. Aku macam 100 meter jauh sangat lah nampak muka dia. Lepas tu saya tengok dia pergi greet Mamat lain tau. Are you Jim?
Mampus.
Muka Mamat tu beza gila bro. Itu Mamat tu mungkin lagi kacak Aku tengok dari jauh sampai pergi Brian, salah orang lah. Saya ingat dia you. Kau beza gila macam sama bro. Lepas tu kami jadi kawan juga lah. After that that's when the whole thing started lah. That's how I end up.
The agency started?
Dalam tu, just like that lah. Yang time 2018 lah. Late 2018 lah. Or early 2018.
2 years lah.
2 years
running.
2 years. But stop already. Sekarang kami fokus message sama Stikla je lah.
Right.
It's tough lah because MCO lah. That's why we have to stop lah.
Penat lah.
Tapi okay, tak apalah. Boleh get connected to the people, you know. Get connected to you. Kalau aku tak pergi crossover pun, aku tak akan jumpa you lah. Crossover lah. Confirm last year, aku pergi launch crossover. Adalah brand card yang launch. Lepas tu, you berdiri kat entrance Sunway Pyramid tu kan. Entrance kedai tu, you berdiri tepi je. Loki. Lepas aku tengok, macam kenal je Mamat ni. Lepas aku tanya, ni Saleh ke? Ya. Sunway. Lepas tu Jam tolong kami tangkap gambar lagi saya ingat lagi.
Kau buat apa?
Aku pergi boleh tangkap gambar sama je bang. Saya boleh. Tak apa dah. Okey ah.
Jam yang tangkap kan?
Jam yang tangkap.
Sialah.
Lama dulu 2 tahun lepas lama gila dah. After that kami lepas tu I never see you for 1 whole year. Lepas tu aku jumpa you kat rumah you. Tapi lama.
Event apa aku pergi?
Ada dia launch baju Kahat tu lah. Ada punya kan dulu.
So aku lepak dengan Su.
You lepak dengan siapa?
Su
Jin ke? Aku tak tahu.
Oh,
juga.
Jin eh?
Jin aku rasa
Jin
Jin.
eh?
Jin DJ tu. Kenapa?
Yalah, awkward lah. Semua high-end
Kan aku dapat aku
tiba-tiba rempit masuk.
Aku masuk pun aku pun awkward gila weh. Ni Brian pun shopping je. Aku pun alamak buat apa weh. Diri sana pun tak tahu nak cakap sama
Aku
apa.
awal tamu ke kahat pun aku tak tahu tu. Aku tahu ni sebab jam lah ni.
Tapi macam have you achieve what you want to achieve for the past few years? You rasa you dah achieve yang goal for Hikari, goal for your band, goal for your music? So are you still gonna push music?
I'll go with the flow bro. Tak ada,
Go with the flow,
there's no like, you know what, Hikari gonna reach 5 million sales. We have tak ada lah. Aku just wanna have fun.
So this
I think that's the secret of true happiness.
Be happy. Yes.
Yeah, kan?
Secret to happiness is just have fun, man. For real. If you, kalau you, saya rasa lah, like for me kan, success is happiness. Because if you're happy, means everything okay, what?
True.
Kan, kalau you, if you're sad, that means something is wrong lah. So it's very simple lah. Kalau you gembira, memang
Maybe
you success.
it's sombong to say, oh, you know what, happiness without money also you can be happy. Yes, tapi
yeah, to an extent je lah.
yeah.
Kan?
But
To
you know, when people ask me kan, yelah, as long as I'm happy, so I don't plan things, you know.
Faham? So, tapi actually understand.
Even hujan pun, kita tak ada. Yang penting, anything is short sendiri. Gila kita nak buat, kalau contoh sana, tak ada lah. Hujan lagi lah, suka hati je.
Memang just friends jamming, dan lepas tu hujan.
Yes. It's just that we want to achieve that nikmat kebesan perform di atas stage. Itu ke.
But it makes sense lah. Kalau you rasa, you tengok band yang banyak kan, anything that is planned generally don't last long kan. I feel like even agency tu kan, we plan it lah, dia tak last weh. Yang barang yang kami tak plan kan, until today all still here.
You lagi more sincere, I think.
So pun okay, it makes sense to me lah actually lah. I agree lah. Memang I think anything yang usually unexpected kan, itu yang
There's two tricky question. Ada macam tadi kau tanya aku, apa yang ter-achieve lagi? Apa yang, kan tu is that the question? No?
Yeah.
Okay. There's another question. Aku baru perasan beza dia. Apakah achievement benda yang Noh rasa Noh dah achieve yang best?
Boleh juga. Which one?
Tu lah. Tadi aku suka jawab yang, you know what, when we started Hikari, even hujan ke whatever, dia jadi community and you start to see these boys, these kids, all these girls jadi a community. Why? Because they want to see you perform. Contoh macam Hikari, orang people queue nak dapat kasut, nak beli baju, nak beli semata. In the end, aku turun bawah, aku cakap, korang kenal ke? Tak kenal. Make friends. So some of these boys aku follow and diorang jadi community and diorang jadi friendship. Some of them jadi best friends. Macam tu lah. Aku rasa itu lagi achievement aku yang yes, compare dengan money. Money just money, and purpose of aku buat ni pun bukan sebab duit pun.
But I feel like okay, yang lagu you kan, yang bila aku sudah tanya kan, I feel like that song is more about leaving a legacy behind lah, which is what you're doing lah. Kan?
Yeah.
Like you say like you nak build community untuk orang. Basically kalau you dah tiada pun, you know that all these things will still be here.
Yes, man.
You're still leaving something behind for the future generation to enjoy, like you know, Hikari Riders, the community of music, semua ni, which I feel is very good lah. Aku tak pernah music celebrity lah yang aku pernah encounter lah kan. Aku rasa paling humble you. Paling humble lah. Paling low key you.
Sebab aku buat air kat rumah
Tak lah, tak pun lah. Bukan tu lah. It's just because when I meet you kan kat luar, you chill gila lah. Dulu saya punya impression kan,
the right place at the right mood kot.
mungkin lah, tapi at least masa tu aku pun wah fuck, I'm nervous gila nak cakap sama apa no. Dulu tengok YouTube je semua ni. Sekarang real life aku pun expectation aku kan rockstar lah. Ni memang rockstar gila punya.
Kena time dia aku rockstar.
So aku bila aku buka mulut, Mamat ni okay je, jangan chill je. Muka aku fikir banyak sangat. Dulu aku pun bagi tahu aku nak minta Noh datang podcast lama gila tau, mungkin setahun lebih lah. Aku tak berani weh. Lepas tu aku pergi jumpa you dekat rumah. Lepas tu
aku suruh Brian tanya kan.
Lepas tu aku beberapa kali kami keluar.
Babi je tak panggil. Ada suruh Brian tanya. Aku macam tanya sendiri kan.
Malu lah. Aku macam lebih comfortable kan. Lepas ada jumpa you beberapa kali dah lah. Kami keluar kan, ada tersempak, kami lepak jap. Lepas tu aku okay sikit. Aku memang malu gila bro.
Malu fikir orang nampak yang best waktu hujan dah top bro. You guys didn't see that journey yang that hustle punya era tu.
That's the thing, nobody will know.
Yeah, so when I see these kids when they like came out to me macam, I want to be like you. Now we doing. Aku macam dia kontra. Aku macam, bestnya diorang masih kat situ. That kau still naive. You still don't know how the industry works. You still just passion for music. That zaman is like the best But then those people nak to be at my stage ni, aku rasa macam there's nothing up here, right? Kalau nak kau have fun down there macam tu
That's true. If it's not fun coming up, then
true.
You will not be happy when you reach the top also kan.
Aku selalu advise buat tu, jangan, music is for you to make you feel good, is to have fun. Instead of dia jadi your benda yang buat kau stress, then beat the purpose lah.
Betul lah, you said, tiada duit.
Yes.
Then itu like basically performing to survive lah. You're not performing to be happy already kan.
Because there's this interview, this some radio Astro, dia suka interview orang pelik-pelik lah. So M. Nasir interview, dia tanya, apakah kesusahan abang M. Nasir, Datuk M. Nasir dulu waktu baru nak start, waktu in KL, kan dia basking kan. M. Nasir cakap, tak ada susah pun.
Aku happy je, aku enjoy.
Padahal orang tahu ni, diorang struggle on the street. These people kan macam duduk on the streets, doing art. Nampak struggle lah. But when they ask him macam, kesusahan dia, so orang expect macam, kita orang tak makan seminggu. But he was like, tak susah pun time tu, okay je kot. Maybe sebab kita orang tak sedar, kita orang have fun. Aku macam, itu pun jawapan dia.
But then when you give that, you bagi answer macam tu kan, dia cakap ni di answer artis lah. Tapi but it's true lah, it memang true lah. Like whatever, like you dah achieve, you already achieve what any Malaysian band wants to achieve kan. So but nobody knows the struggle when you started kan, yang
that minta restu dengan mak bapak. Itulah serius
lah. Susah.
Susah. Aku after 6, 7, 8, 4 years then I get my dad's blessing.
But that 4 years you dah start ada album semua lah.
To have that official say, you know what, you can do whatever. Every year bapak aku akan datang daripada Sarawak. You dah nak ke ambil safety course like ni, your cousin you tak nak ke ambil ni, jomlah belajarlah music, I pay for it. Knowing him don't have money, macam alamak dia betul ni, take something, at least you have degree, you have diploma. Kejap pak, I'm gonna release this EP. If this EP can go, you give me time. Okay, dah lah the hijau punya album tu kan. Lepas tu datang lagi, you nak study ke, time is running out, you know. I'm releasing my album, you let me jalan dulu. If tak okay, then I go home. Okay pula. Sampai AIM, Anugerah Industri Music tu, we like tak tahu menang apa ke tu. Then suddenly I receive SMS, my dad. Dia cakap, congratulations. Mah dia pakai capital letter bro. And tanda seru banyak kan.
Course lah, proud dad mah, confirm lah.
So aku macam, wow, I think this is the marking lah macam. Because mom always support apa yang
kan,
kena.
actually
I'm so blessed.
My mom also that, dia support apa-apa je. My father also yang kena proof sikit lah.
Betul lah.
You need to show lah. Aku tapi you rasa lah, to be honest kan, aku rasa hari ni you tak payah pergi uni untuk cari kerja. To be honest lah, aku rasa pergi uni, college pun tak. Whatever you learn there kan, you tak akan bawa pergi kerja tau. Semua orang yang aku kerja sama kan, most of them macam aku major economics tau. Tapi aku buat videography.
You follow your passion.
Yeah, so in the end also like not say follow my passion lah. Aku ni memang lalang je. Aku suka buat kerja yang hands on lah. Aku tak suka duduk office lah.
I have to go against you.
Why?
Macam aku believe that Tuhan dah tulis jalan Noh. You're not smart at school. You cannot pursue study sampai college, whatever. Tapi aku bagi rezeki kau dekat passion ni.
Right.
That is my story. What if Tuhan tak bagi story like Noh macam tu? People say, Noh pun I can do whatever. But aku fikir the most important thing is to give back and to fulfill your parents punya kemahuan.
I agree.
Itu adalah tanggungjawab engkau. And I didn't do that. And aku rasa menyesal gila babi. And bila hujan start perform, dah start naik dulu 2006-2007, kita dah dapat show dekat college. So watching this kids macam, okay bang Noh, kami balik dulu, ada study group tomorrow morning. Macam, ya Allah, bestnya life diorang. And awak study apa? Oh, kita orang study grafik. Saya architecture. So you can see these kids, your fans, have a good future, and they are drafting it now. And they work hard. I cannot stay long for your show because I have class tomorrow. Faham tak? They sacrifice entertainment for the sake of study, and they know they are fulfilling their parents punya kemahuan. And it's a good decision instead of kau jadi rebel.
True.
And aku menyesal. Now aku rasa macam, you know what, kalau boleh aku nak turn back kan. Tapi macam, yelah Tuhan dah tulis my journey is this. Aku buat music, aku dapat rezeki. What if you trying to follow me and God
tak jadi kan?
In the end kau jadi drug addict. So better now you prepare that degree diploma. Like you now, you ada what?
Economics.
You ada apa tu?
Economics so.
Degree kan. If anything happen with this, you can
ada safety bag lah.
They don't want. This is what I've been trying to tell all these young kids.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. But
macam kau cakap kan, perlu tak ada masa. Yes, they have to. Passion. Little okay. Oh, time is running out. Let's say macam abang cakap dia kan. In my side, aku macam cakap, time is running out. I have to do music so I can build up my skill. Benda tu you can do alongside for fun while you're doing your degree. Contoh. Okay, when you have your degree, you have a proper job. Kau duit kau nak, let's say you nak invest in your music, you have your own money, you don't have to borrow somebody. Faham tak? Kau dah payah nak misal.
True.
And at the same time, if parents kau sakit, your money, itu aku takut benda tu lah.
Itu yang sakit kan.
Suddenly kena cancer pula family. Alamak, siapa nak backup? You know what? I have my secure job, I have money, I help you guys. Itu
That's true. Aku agree lah. Like aku agree with the whole idea of going to uni for a safe like
plan B tu.
Plan B tu memang important lah.
And itu tanggungjawab.
Tanggungjawab, yes.
Because my basis ni, aku kontra life aku dengan basis aku, Izzat. Izzat Uzaini, nampak ada pierce kat hidung, lompat pakai baju. Tapi dia ada diploma ke degree in broadcasting. Dia ada something So aku tanya dia kenapa buat. Oh, aku rasa bapa aku dah kerja keras besarkan aku kena give apa yang dia nak. Dia nak at least aku ada degree. So he fulfill that already. So after fulfill what I want to do next, then it's up to me.
Right. Fair enough.
Kan?
Betul.
So kids out there, you know what? Orang tua tu is, you know, separuh mati nak besarkan kita. Kan? Faham tak? Kau tak kesian ke kan?
True.
Itu lah.
That's true. But I think sekarang biar generation sama generation kami beza gila dah.
What do you mean beza?
Like dulu kami, you nak buat apa-apa kan, everything is very hands on. Sekarang you ada internet, ada semua barang ni kan, iPhone semua ni. You nak buat, like dulu kan you nak buat music kan, you nak record music pun, proses dia lama gila. As compared to now is like
home recording.
You can do it yourself. Dulu you nak home record, you kena ada duit banyak. Tapi sekarang
kau tak sejuk, aku nak kencing dulu.
Pergi kencing dulu lah. Pergi kencing.
Aku start recording home.
Okay je. Oh, welcome back.
We're back.
Welcome back. Okay, so you main game kan banyak?
Tak. Aku try. Aku dah buat PC, aku beli PS4. Ternyata aku seorang poser. Tak, kalau tengok orang main best. Then aku realise rupanya aku is a spectator je.
You suka tengok lah. Tapi you understand kan sekarang kan popular sangat kan, semua orang pergi website Twitch ke YouTube ke tengok orang live stream game kan. You layan lah?
Aku sebenarnya layan. Kau imagine these people dok laughing pasal lori Euro.
Oh, Euro truck simulator kan.
Aku
kelakar bro.
Tak apa-apa lah layan. Aku stuck right.
Memang kelakar gila kan.
Best gila.
Saya pun tengok pun hari tu aku nak start stream. Tapi aku stream macam Counter Strike semua tu lah.
Okay.
Then mama office, you stream lah, main slot machine. Confirm orang tengok. Main pas slot. Dia tengok live stream.
Like what? Slot machine tu? Tu.
Digital You live stream je.
My God.
Bro, view dia 10,000 tau. Orang tengok dia live stream je. Dia pun tak main judi tau. Tak judi tau. Ni macam dia pergi iPhone app kan. App yang main free punya lah. Dia main je. Semua orang layan bro. Aku pun. Tapi Euro Truck Simulator tu itu kelakar lah. Itu lawak. Tapi you kena pandai cakap lah, pandai acting lah itu. Tapi kelakar gila lah.
Bisa ada walkie-talkie
kan.
Aku macam serious
legit gila bro wayang dia.
Ada pakai tudung. Kan hantar ni. Wow, for real.
Tapi pandai lah. Tapi tapi sekarang streaming memang boleh cari makan ni.
Betul.
Tapi not everybody can lah. You kena ada some sort of like charisma untuk buat macam. Because imagine you seorang tau. You satu orang, you kena layan chat. Chat pun you tak boleh dengar mah. Tapi energy you kena consistent tau. So susah gila aku rasa.
Technical self point of view kau.
Susah. Tapi aku nak cuma Counter Strike.
Cannot lah, pening lah.
Boleh je.
Aku after half an hour aku dah pening lah.
Pening ah? Tak. Tak main game banyak sangat lah sekarang.
Aku tak tahu aku buat apa tu. At this point my life,
Apa-apa je lah.
Aku chill gila sampai recently nak release this season Hikari. Aku kena panic attack yang teruk gila habis.
Pasal?
I don't know, maybe apa?
Stok tak
coffee
sampai.
tak berhenti and all these things campur. What if people tak beli? What if barang rosak sampai? So aku kena anxiety like chronic gila babi sampai masuk hospital. And doktor macam, you know what, this is just panic attack, go home. Macam man.
Dia check blood pressure juga lah. Dia kau ada tinggi lah.
ECG semua. Sekali endoskopi rupanya aku ada
high blood pressure.
Bukan. So this esophagus, saluran nafas tu, ujung dia nak sampai ke perut tu, dia dah kendur. So gas keep on going up, masuk my lung. So aku jadi out of breath selalu lah. So itu yang trigger nervous system and kau akan jadi panic. Like 4 in the morning, kau tak boleh breathe. I'm gonna die.
Pernah aku pun from kerja pun sama lah. Aku stress sampai high blood pressure lah. Aku pun, bangun pagi, migraine gila, nak mati, pergi doktor, dia cakap blood pressure, tinggi gila. Macam bro, you stress ke? Blood pressure tinggi. Tapi itu saya rasa genetik punya lah. Family I memang semua ada blood pressure tinggi lah. So kalau stress, kalau terlampau stress kan, hati aku rasa nak letup lah. So aku pun nowadays aku pun try.
Jaga makan. Jaga makan.
Tak jaga makan lah, kena jaga saya punya stress level. Saya kena aware sikit lah. Kalau aku stress, kena chill sikit. Kalau aku rasa anxious sangat kan, aku kena chill sikit. Tak boleh continue lah. Kalau tak, aku akan
Aku sebenarnya berperasan that anxiety, aku tak boleh tengok orang ramai. So contoh, going to shows kan, that first 2 hours when I arrive at the venue, masuk pergi backstage already, jumpa orang ramai, aku actually ada that tak betul. That's why perangai aku kadang-kadang jadi sombong. I try to mask it, pakai topeng, aku cool. Sebenarnya aku panic kok. Aku realise after like 10 years hujan, aku dah benda ni I try to fake it lah. Aku macam nampak macam cool, so aku lain budak-budak, aku sombong. Actually aku tengah anxiety. Aku ada that
social anxiety lah aku rasa. Aku bersama juga. Aku pun tak, dari dulu asal aku tak care lah, aku tak keluar banyak kan. Cause aku memang tak, aku introvert lah. Aku memang true introvert lah. Aku memang suka duduk rumah seorang. Kalau aku macam, kalau Brian ajak pergi event ke apa kan, kalau aku pergi event, kalau event tu macam ramai orang sangat, sampai aku tak kenal orang langsung kan,
awkward,
aku akan aku akan beritahu, aku balik dulu lah, aku ada hal. Tapi aku tak ada hal lah. Aku memang just tak boleh
nak skip.
Aku kau sebenarnya emotion aku pun macam tak stable lah. Aku fuck. Kalau orang cakap sama I pun, aku tak sincere lah. Aku pun macam
bahaya benda tu.
So aku pun aku balik dulu lah. Tapi sekarang aku kena keluar banyak lagi lah, to practice that whole, to kasih get used to that feeling lah. Lepas 2 tahun okay sikit lah sekarang. Dulu aku memang.
So we are reaching out to you guys out there, siapa yang ada masalah
social anxiety,
gemuruh kan.
So sometimes if me and No we look like we want to fight, actually we just very shy lah. We just very scared, very shy, you know. Human problems.
Yes.
Human
Kalau
problems.
kau ada anxiety like cannot breathe at night, susah nafas, apa lagi symptom dia?
Sakit kepala ke, sakit macam heartburn ke.
So aku notice people yang gone through anxiety problem ni, they cannot explain that pain.
Yeah.
So recently pun aku baru borak dengan this one guy, kawan kita orang hero tu. Bila aku cerita, aku reach out by telling my problem. You know what, aku tak boleh tidur ni, aku rasa masalah. Then he be like, lah itu anxiety ke? I've been dealing that with like 5 years dah. So this is my duty ni, aku cerita orang. So orang yang tak tahu to explain, they can relate. And in the end kita pull him up from that problem. You know what bro, you're not alone. We're going through this sama-sama ni. Ramai lagi kawan aku kena ni.
And I feel that is true because a lot of people at times kan, banyak orang ada masalah, dia tak cakap because they think people don't understand. So when
towards the end, jadi suicidal. In the end, that guy bunuh diri. Siapa yang salah? Engkau, because you don't reach them. So true. Now whoever yang listen, kalau ada rasa that masalah, orang people will judge them, you know.
Yeah, that's the problem why people don't say, because takut kena judge lah.
Yes,
that's the problem with this society lah. Because every time
attention ni.
Kalau aku rasa kan, siapa yang pergi tengok psychiatrist ke, pergi tengok macam therapy semua ni kan, I feel like that's good. Dia bukan, tapi dia punya dia punya stigma kan. Semua orang cakap kalau you pergi tengok therapist means you ada kepala you tak tangam. But actually
stigma.
Yeah, it's not what if aku cuma nak understand myself better,
right?
So I go talk to a therapist. That could be that also mah. But people always assume kan, you pergi therapist because you ada masalah dekat otak you. But actually no lah. What if I just want to improve
point of view? True.
Because a lot of times kan aku jumpa banyak orang lah.
Alright.
Then one day they open up to me, actually aku pergi tengok therapist semua ni kan. Aku macam, why you want to be so shy? Dia cakap, ibu bapa aku tak tahu, takut mereka judge aku, cakap aku gila ke. That's not true what. Right, the whole point is you go and reach out for help, which is like super respectable. Itu memang that's the hardest part already. What it doesn't matter what people think kan. At the end of the day, kalau you sendiri nak take action, I go and fix my problem lah. Whether you go therapy, whether you go main sukan ke, whatever lah. For me, I think everybody got their own, they got their own ways to fix their problem or to deal with their problems lah. But I feel like the world should be less of a dick and be more nicer to people like that.
So nanti letak dekat bawah ni Miasa Malaysia Miasa.my. So kita kenal this one NGO lah, like activist for mental illness ni. Miasa.malaysia.
Because now sekarang pun kalau nak
yes,
I think a lot of people, if you want to reach out for therapists, right, if you don't have money ke, ada yang website that they do like free. Macam for uni students ke.
Apa dia panggil betul lah?
Tak ingat lah.
Kau pergi
consultation.
Satu lagi itu consultation, satu lagi
session.
Kau pergi apa yang you duduk dengan
session lah, therapy session.
Therapy session. Nanti aku kalau aku ingat aku tahu.
But basically man, aku rasa anyone who's doing that, don't be shy man, don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of man. I pernah pergi therapy juga, and I feel like they help me a lot lah. Banyak tolong because kadang kala if you sit at home, you talk to yourself, sometimes you won't get anything out of it lah. Sometimes you end up being suicidal, end up being lagi depressed kan. Sometimes if you talk, you need perspective lah. Aku rasa a lot of things that we do kena ada perspective lah.
Okay.
Memang like you say lah, my perspective of education and your perspective of education, dia beza, tapi I don't think we're both wrong. Aku bukan salah. It's just different perspective lah.
True.
Kan? So like you say lah, kadang-kadang like maybe for you, if you sedih, you dengar lagu. Kalau I sedih, aku main drum, for example lah. So I think it's just very different for everyone lah.
Different people,
different what lah. But I don't think it's a bad thing lah. Shouldn't be bad lah. But that's the problem lah kan. Society kami ni memang.
And we are this generation. Our generation. Consider I'm your generation.
Sama lah.
Okay, we are like really prone to social media.
Itulah.
We're like trapped in this
the phone.
Yes, in this virtual world ni, and senang trigger by people punya, and people pun on social media keep on bragging, brag achievement, and you are nothing at rumah. So it's dangerous lah bagi aku.
It is lah. Aku rasa banyak orang compare. Like because you see macam aku account I low following apa kan, then I go and see, let's say a girl. If I'm girl, I go and see a famous girl kan. You see the way they take picture, you confirm will affect your ego, affect your how to call it, your confidence juga kan. Because lain kali aku nak post gambar, gambar ni okay tak, aku nampak cantik tak. That's the problem with social media lah. It paints dia gambar yang you tengok kan, it paints you a very different picture of the reality lah. Just because you see this fella hari-hari terbang, or why I cannot have that life. But it's very different for everyone lah. We cannot compare our lives with other people lah. I feel like social media's problem is
and again, people only show things that they want you to see.
They want you to see. Even relationships, man. If you see like influencers, the couple very happy kan.
Sebenarnya belakang,
you don't know bro.
Right? Depan TV
kan. Maybe the guy sleeping in the living room. So you also don't know. Banyak cerita gila tau. Like I see like, this guy macam okay je, tapi some people tell me actually no lah, this fella actually behind there is not that steady lah. So we cannot.
True.
It's all what you see lah. What you see on Instagram
it's usually not real.
It's really not real lah. Like all the pictures edited, it's people want to flex lah. You know what I mean? But that's the problem lah. Semua orang hari ni chase clout lah. Semua nak jadi influencer, semua nak jadi famous.
True.
Very different. Compare dulu before iPhone keluar, I feel like our life then is very simple man. Paling Friendster ke Facebook je.
Without my phone, kita boleh jumpa member kat town kan.
Dulu saya rasa kami selalu keluar. As in before the time when the phones existed, communication is either through face to face or phone je.
Right.
You tak boleh
Survive, man.
kan, SMS pun kadang bayar banyak bro. You tak boleh bincang lama juga You cannot like sekarang WhatsApp, SMS berlambak free. So
We are getting closer and yet we're getting
we're more connected but also disconnected. Dia pelik gila.
Gila, man.
Kan?
Itulah dia.
Tapi
overall aku nak cakap, you guys, you're not alone kalau kau go through
that's the point.
anxiety.
Jom, motor you?
What?
Motor berapa ada? 2 kan?
I ada 2.
Yang
got the Harley one.
Then the Triumph.
Triumph dah tak feel lah. Tapi I need that one reliable and intercity bike. Harley, kalau you ride dalam KL, penat. Dengan my position cangkung.
Kalau low kan.
This is for long distance kan. Tapi style lah.
Style lah.
Untuk Instagram
style.
Tapi itu lah, I'm thinking of getting a new one.
Nama apa?
Aku nak Softail.
Softail.
Nama dia Softail sebab dia panjang. Dia ada suspension. Now kan tak ada suspension bro. Now
So,
rigid.
Dia tak keras ke you naik kalau
mampus lah.
memang long distance sakit
Sakit. Tapi style.
For the style.
Untuk Insta story style.
Bukan ke aku nampak Instagram you ada orang build motorbike into you dekat Japan lah.
Yeah, so Hikari Riders dengan 2%. 2% is a bengkel yang buat
Custom.
custom chopper for SR400 models only.
Oh, so specific satu model je dia buat.
Yeah, so dia kalau chopper kan Harley. So this guy dia legend buat Yamaha SR400 lah. So aku tak tahu tapi macam itu lah, macam this bike Harley is like a collab thing with Gimme Shelter, which is the workshop yang aku buat sekarang ni. So that's why kita dia baju, siap motor. Nampak tak?
Motor you dapat dah? Oh dia hantar? Oh sempat ke?
Apa dia motor yang mana?
Yang motor dia buat dia custom tu lah.
So in Kyoto tu, Otsu, so dia buat frame, dia buat the fork semua. Engine aku beli. So it's like a 50-50 thing.
Okay, faham.
So later kalau aku nak on that bike, aku just pay him, you know what, how much semua? Okay, 20,000. Okay, aku for 20, then it's Hikari. So with that bike kita release t-shirt, topi macam tu. So it's not just a collab for apparel. Kita build something itu.
Tapi jual ke bike tu?
Siapa nak beli then
angkat je lah.
Tapi sayang lah. Weh, dia built in Japan weh.
Kan, itulah. Anything Japanese touch lah memang mahal weh.
Tu lah.
Quality memang top lah.
Tapi tak tahu macam mana, now we have this problem, macam mana nak ship all the parts here.
Kena ship separate lah. Tak boleh build then ship, tak boleh.
Complicated lah. Itu lah.
Tapi you memang fan Japan lah kan. Memang
subculture
dari bila?
Daripada zaman kita Nobita dulu.
Oh ya.
Kita Malaysia kan, walaupun kita di-invade oleh British kan,
and Japan.
tapi our childhood kita membesar dengan Kamen Rider, membesar dengan
anime lah memang heavy lah.
Doraemon whatever kan. So aku tak tahu lah. Tapi my passion towards Japanese subculture and Japanese culture ni lagi gila bila Astro bawa Animax channel. Tahu kan? Aku macam Rurouni Kenshin, apa ni sial? Samurai X kan.
Samurai X.
So tu aku macam aku nak jadi orang Jepun lah.
Kan memang but growing up memang culture anime aku kuat lah. Aku fucking love anime weh. Tapi subculture Japan yang paling suka music. Or just the lifestyle.
Subculture dia kan banyak kan, macam
ada otaku,
the rockabilly, garage psychobilly doang. Hip hop dia orang pun gila
banyak bro. Power hip hop dia.
So whatever. So aku my last tour, Japan tour 2019. So aku spend 2 weeks So towards the end aku dapat invitation perform dekat Malaysian Fair
dekat Japan lah.
So Malaysian punya government buat this fair food doang.
Okay.
Macam festival dekat Shinjuku punya park. Tu. So aku perform. Then the VIP, our embassy ajak dinner malam. So embassy tu orang Sarawak baik. Aku cuba. So embassy ada depa. So there's one moment yang kita sit down, mamai. Kita discuss pasal Japanese. So there's this one guy Malay, dah duduk dalam 11 years kot Japan. So, he's young tapi duduk dia kerja kan. You know what? One thing that people tak clear sangat is Japanese dia bukan inventor.
Yup.
Dia tweak, dia reinvent people. So macam teknologi automobil dia ambil Jerman, fashion dia ambil all over macam tu.
Actually
Even
true Actually that's true. Yeah.
even religion, Shintoism,
That is Buddhist, then
and China kanji tu semua China. Aku
Semua
lupa
Chinese
apa nama that civilization before turn into Japanese. They orang just adapt and make it their own.
Yep.
So whatever hip hop with sentuhan Japanese have this own.
Tu macam dia punya vintage culture pun very heavy on American punya mah.
Yes. See, they don't adapt. They don't invent stuff.
They improve
Yes, they improvise. Yes. Tu aku cakap. So Japanese bukan create, no, dia improvise stuff je.
Betul?
Betul tak? Aku
Okay, actually true. Like just like Japanese guitar, China
Kan,
guitar,
they get license.
Get license. I just make. Cause kan dulu mereka kata apa? Fender punya made in Japan. Dia
Sampai Fender stop.
better than US.
Sampai dia stop the licensing.
Tapi price dia pun half kan. Tapi memang quality actually.
And Harley one time after Ford took over Harley, so dia macam frust lah, macam so Harley give to a Japanese company. So Japanese pernah ada kilang Harley. So that's why Japanese lagi kau punya penghargaan towards vintage.
True.
Penhead.
True. Tapi Japanese vintage memang gila kau lah bro. Aku love Japan. Japan
Kan?
shock gila bro. Aku pergi satu kali, tak nak balik bro. Aku tak pernah pergi Tokyo lagi tau. Masa tu aku pergi Hokkaido je. Dengan family lah.
Sila.
Itulah aku pergi Hokkaido 1 minggu. Aku pun wah, culture ni memang chill gila lah. Dia
Make sure Tokyo trip kau with me.
come
Bro.
bro aku
to
you tahu John Gunn kan?
2022,
John Gunn. Dia masa tu kami John Gunn yang Kronos.
Okay, John.
Masa tu kami nak pergi. Kalau last year tak ada MCO kan, kami most probably fly pergi Japan, pergi jumpa Momotaro Jeans punya owner, pergi buat documentary weh. Aku pun COVID ni, weh sama-sama lah, jom. Aku nak weh.
Wow. Jom.
Jom lah, sama-sama.
20
Merayau Japan bro.
Itulah harap by March or April everyone got vaccine, the whole world will open up.
Ya weh.
And
Aku rasa kalau although semua orang belum vaksin, as long as you ada vaksin passport, should be okay good.
what do you mean?
Meaning like aku dah vaksin kan,
Okay.
so should be able to travel already lah. Most likely macam tu lah. Kalau tak memang gantung weh semua flight ni semua.
Kan.
Tapi you dah register?
Tak. Oh, do I have to?
My sejahtera je lah. Just confirm your detail je. Lepas tu dia akan contact you. Tapi saya rasa kami punya umur age gap kami lama lagi lah. Aku rasa memang mungkin few months later baru dapat lah.
Oh, a few months.
Few months later kot.
Okay, a few
Dia
years.
kata sampai next year kan dia punya campaign ni. Sampai next year March lah atau February, aku tak ingat.
Serious ah.
So memang sekarang frontliner dulu, frontliner then dekat Wagah Tua,
Aduh.
kanak-kanak kot. Then after that is us lah. So mungkin lama lagi lah saya rasa. Tapi you takut ke vaksin?
Tak.
Aku pun tak tahu apa yang
Might as well. Faham tak?
kan.
You wanna die vaccine or you wanna die
COVID.
Sama
Rather just take it lah.
Might as well try lah.
Bukan juga vaksin ni bela banyak pun semua orang buat macam fake news banyak tau. Kata ni vaksin ni ada chip lah,
Bodoh lah.
barang bodoh ni pun tak chip apa
Trying
kan.
SPM pun gagal, borak rasa ni. Faham tak?
Itulah tu macam tu lah. Saya tengok masa tu yang PM dapat vaksin kan. Mereka lukis tau. Mereka screenshot H tu triangle lah, Illuminati. Aku pun Mamat ni utara kerja ke bro?
Banyak masa.
Problem is kan,
I think it's spoof lah.
no, walaupun dia joking, tapi orang yang
It will
guna internet
trigger,
kan, they say they gullible. Ni mana kan tahu you joking bro.
True.
That's why fake news ni senang nak jual.
Betul.
Because banyak orang yang tak
Loose
tahu nak
bendul.
percaya tak mah kan. That's the problem with the fake news lah. Semua orang ni share banyak bro. Oh janganlah kena vaksin. Aku tengok lagi masih ada lagi orang yang cakap
serius kan, yang percaya
ada
benda
chip
tu.
semua ni pun aku akan tamatkan podcast ni dah sejam lebih. Terima kasih Abang Noh
Thank
untuk
you so much.
join lah. Join
Untuk bersama kami.
untuk bersama kami untuk koneksi ini. Terima kasih Abang Noh. Kalau you nak beli baju cantik, you datang ke Hikari Riders dekat
Yes.
Permaisuri. Kadang-kala you akan jumpa superstar ni, kadang-kala you tak akan jumpa. Tapi datang banyak aku nak beli t-shirt semua sold out weh. So dia punya brand ni ada hype lah. Kalau you nak jadi hype sikit, kalau you naik motor, you like the motor culture, sini tempat untuk lepak juga. Tapi sekarang tak boleh lepak, sekarang MCO.
Make sure follow Hikari Riders.
Make sure follow Hikari Riders, make sure follow
Muhammad Noh bin Saleh.
Apa lagi ada?
Apa? Itu je kot.
Itu ni dua je.
Check out website
Check out website.
hikaririders.com.
Kalau you dah tahu size you, boleh pergi website beli. Dia next collection bila keluar?
Kita release the 20 days before Ramadan.
So it's bila Ramadan? April lah.
Yes.
Cepat lah this year.
So itu dia.
Wah, so 4 years from now kami akan kongsi raya.
Kongsi raya. Oh ya. Yeah.
I think 4 years ke? Tak tahu 4 years or 5 years.
Serius?
Ada.
Wow.
Dulu ada satu kali punya, like in the 90s.
Yeah. Benar.
So I think now cause April.
Wow.
Last year Ramadan Mei kan? So about 4 more years kot. 4-5 years kongsi raya weh.
Crack.
Asal double angpau bro. Nice. Ada merah, ada hijau.
Baju Melayu kalau merah.
Oh,
style.
Cross. Mungkin buat lah. Baju Melayu Cina.
Nampak.
Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for having me. So
This is No Saleh.
Harap-harap this podcast boleh reach out
1,000 views. 1,000.
Boleh memberi kebaikan dan manfaat kepada semua.
Hope you guys learn something. I think that's
Yes,
most
man.
important. Like I want my podcast to be
Betul.
educational too.
Yes.
You know, so it's not just about
the hype
the
and
viral and the hype.
True.
We want to also educate. Because if you're gonna spend 1 hour listening, at least it's useful information.
True.
And, okay lah.
Okay.
That is all from me. This is No Saleh. This is Cool Story Bro. Also shout out to Hari for the new intro, man.
Yay.
Comment who you want me to talk to next. And, you know.
See.
Bila aku sudah tiada